Hey class, it's Mr. Andrews. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you today, but I wanted to give you a couple words about what you're going to be doing next now that you've done the quiz for chapters 19 through 21. After we finish the book, the next step really is we're going to start looking at the conversations that have taken place in the real world surrounding this book. How has it been received? And in many ways, this book was received with some controversy. Whether you know it or not, there are some people, especially investigative journalists, who, upon starting to do some research for the book, found that there were a number of facts that didn't start to line up. And what this led to was a series of articles published first by a newspaper called The Australian, where the writers started to call out some of the factual inconsistencies in the book. And in many ways, the suggestion that these authors made through their research was that Ishmael Bey might have been fabricating large parts of the story. And in fact, it drew into question a lot of his story and his credibility as an author. And so what you're going to do today is you're going to be reading through a packet that's being handed out to you that has the articles originally published about this controversy. The articles that first accused Ishmael Bey of making up parts of his story. And then secondly, Ishmael Bey's own response to those articles. So you're going to see both sides of this argument. And what you're going to do with that is I'm going to ask you to go through and look for claims and evidence. Now, the reason we're doing this is to prepare for an in-class essay. I will be giving you full instructions for that on your virtual day. So it's important that you're checking in on your virtual day tomorrow so that you can start work on the organizer that you're going to use this all for. But today you're going to focus on simply reading through the materials and understanding them. Now, you may remember when we wrote our argument papers earlier in the semester, we talked a lot about claims and the kinds of claims you can write, the kinds of arguments that you might make. We also talked about the use of evidence and how evidence should be tied to any claim that we make. When we say something that's debatable or disputable, right, we need to make sure that we're backing it up with data. Well, what you're going to do is read through these articles in this packet that I've given you right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to try and circle anytime you see a claim. So anywhere you see the author making an argument, right, that isn't a fact, that isn't a known fact, they're making a claim, right? They're making an assertion that is disputable, meaning people could debate it. And then what you're going to do is anytime you have one of those circled claims, I want you to also look for evidence. Is there evidence that they use to support those claims? And that's what you're going to underline, okay? Anytime you see evidence, I want you to underline it. So you should have a series of circles and a series of underlines. And hopefully, if the authors are supporting what they're saying, you will see circles and underlines. And that's what we're going to look for today, is we're simply going to read through identifying those parts of the argument. Now, tomorrow, when you're on your own in virtual day, you're going to start working on organizing that information so that you can start to work on preparing for the in-class essay. Now, what will the in-class essay be about? Well, you're going to imagine yourself being almost like a jury member who is listening to both sides of this case. The accusers, the people who are saying Ishmael Bey is kind of a fraud, really. He made up the story and therefore his credibility is, as they put it, a long way gone. But then you're also going to look at the other side of it. What does Ishmael say in his defense? And does his defense, is his defense strong enough? Or is the prosecution's argument strong enough that his credibility is weakened somehow? And your essay is going to make an argument to determine or weigh out which side you think has the better points. In the end, do you believe it is Ishmael who defends his credibility well? Or is it actually the accusers, right? The investigators who actually end up making a stronger case in your opinion? And your in-class essay is going to evaluate or judge which side you believe has the stronger argument. And you're going to show me in the in-class essay exactly which side has a stronger argument and why, okay? And so that's what we're going to be working on over the next day. So the remainder of class then, your substitute is going to supervise you guys, but you're going to be working through reading this packet and identifying those features. And that is it for today. Guys, I wish you the best, and I will see you on your virtual day, at least in video form. Take care.